Welcome to www.happynumbers.org. This is Polynomials, and this is reviewing your skills. This is your final thing in Polynomials. Just a quick review to see how you've done. So I have, these are addition problems right here. See the addition sign? These two problems are subtraction. So what I want you to do is put your DVD or video, however you're looking at this, on pause. Copy down the problems, work the problems, and then turn it back on again, and then we'll go over them. Okay, well, let's take this addition problem first here. We have 7y and negative 2y, okay? And the variables are the same, so all we do is add the coefficients. And 7 and negative 2 would give us a positive 5y. Since it's addition, we don't do anything to the variable. Here we have negative 9x squared plus negative 4x squared. So we work with the coefficients. Negative 9 and negative 4 is a negative 13x squared. So when we're adding, we don't do anything to our variables if they're the same. If they're like terms, we just use them. Okay, let's take this one. This was addition. 8y squared minus 3y plus, minus 6 and 3y squared plus 4y plus 9. Okay, so if we add, and this is a trinomial, adding a trinomial and a trinomial, 8y squared and 3y squared, they're both positive, that's 11, y squared. Negative 3y, positive 4y will give me positive 1y, or just positive y. And a negative 6, if I combine that with a positive 9, I get a positive 3. Well, good. Let's go to our subtraction. These are both problems are monomial, take away a monomial. Now, this is a positive 9 and this is a subtraction problem, so we know we have to change the sign to negative 9 and we make it an addition problem. So now we're combining a positive 12a squared and a negative 9a squared, which would give us a positive 3a squared. And since it is subtraction, just like in addition, if the variables are the same, then we don't do anything. We just use that variable. Here we have 13a squared minus a positive 8a squared. If it's a positive 8, we know we have to change the sign to a negative and make the problem a positive. We have 13a squared and negative 8a squared, which would give us a 5a squared. Well, excellent. If you've had any problems with the addition or the subtraction, I would recommend that you review the videos on addition and subtraction of polynomials. Okay, so now I'm going to put up, we're going to switch gears, and we're going to put up some multiplication problems for you. So this is multiply. Let's see, 5y squared multiplied times 3, that's one problem. And let's give you a to the 6th, oops, I'm sorry, a to the 3rd times a to the 6th, that'll be another problem. And let's have 2x, let's have a 5x squared minus 3x. So let's have you work those first three problems in subtraction. This is just a monomial by a monomial. This is a monomial and a monomial. This is a monomial times a binomial. Okay, we'll work those and then turn it back on again, and then we'll go over the answers. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. We multiply the coefficients. 5 times 3 is 15. And there is no variable, so we just put the y squared, my bad. Now here, the coefficient here is 1. This is 1, a to the 3rd, and the coefficient here is 1, a to the 3rd. So it would be 1 times 1 would be 1, which we don't even add. And then we have a to the third and a to the sixth, which would give us a to the ninth. Because when we multiply polynomials, we add exponents. Let's take a look at this one. We have 2x times 5x squared minus 3x. And we multiply 2x times that, and then 2x times that. So 2x times 5x squared, if we multiply the coefficients, 2 times 5 is 10. X to the first and x to the second would give me x to the third, because we add. And now 2x times negative 3x, 2 times negative 3 would give me negative 6, and x to the first and x to the first would give me x squared. Well, good. Now, if you had any problems with those, then you want to go back and look at the videos about multiplying monomials or binomials. And now let's take a look at one more multiplication. And this one you may use either method that you would like. This is a binomial by a binomial. Remember, we had the FOIL method or the other method. You may use either one that you like. Go ahead and work it out. Put your video on pause and work it out, and then turn it back on. All right, let's see how this works. I'm going to use the FOIL method, okay? So I'm going to go first. So this would be first. 2a times 6a times 2a would be 12a squared. Then I'm going to go outer, which would be this. 6a times negative 4b, which would be negative 24ab. Then I'm going to go inner, which would be this. Negative 3b times positive 2a, which would be a negative 6ab. And then I'm going to go last, which would be those two. Negative 3b times negative 4b, which would be positive 12b squared, since it's b to the first and b to the first. That would be squared. Okay, and now I'm going to combine terms. This would be 12a squared, negative 30ab plus 12b squared. Good. Well, that's multiplication. And again, if you had any problems with the multiplication problems, I would recommend that you go back and look at the videos that deal with the multiplication of polynomials. And then quickly, let's just do two division problems. Let's go ay to the fourth divided by 2. That's a fairly simple problem. And c to the fourth divided by c. So put your DVD or video on pause, work both of those problems, then turn it back on and we'll take a look. Okay, here we go. Well, we have no variable down here, so we just deal with the coefficient. 2 goes into 8 4 times, and the y fourth remains the same. Here we have c to the fourth divided by c, and this is c to the first, obviously. So this would be c to the fourth minus 1, which would be c to the third, or c cubed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for polynomials. If you've gone through all of the lessons, again, if there are some gaps or problems that you had, please, I would encourage you to go back and look at those videos where you feel that you need some help or you didn't quite understand. Thank you very, very much for your participation. I appreciate it greatly and hope to see you in some other videos.